You might be familiar with using a lacrosse ball as a way to release your shoulders and back, but this is actually one of my favorite tools for working on the pelvic floor at home. Let me show you how. This is part one of how to use a lacrosse ball to release through the pelvic floor. I am going to do a part two video that's more of an advanced movement. Once you get past this, if this is feeling good, move on to part two. So what we're going to do is we're going to release the muscles of the pelvic floor by using pressure in a lacrosse ball and deep diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to start seated in a chair, and I'm going to show you in a second. You're going to place the lacrosse ball just on the inside of your ischial tuberosity, which is your sit bone on the bottom of your pelvis. So the ball is going to go here, and then we're going to work using a deep diaphragmatic breath to get the pelvic floor to drop into and pressurize into this ball. You want to be seated in a chair that's relatively firm but has maybe a little bit of cushion. The less cushion there is in your chair, the more intense this is going to feel. So take your ball, you're going to slide it just to the inside of your sit bone and try and really get to where your weight is still evenly distributed from side to side. So you're going to feel the ball just on one side, not in the center. In this position, I want you to change your breathing pattern to where when you inhale, you're really thinking about sending that air as low into the pelvic floor as you can. As we have the pressure of the ball sitting in the pelvic floor, it's really going to help you get a lot of awareness for if your breath is reaching that low. You can close your eyes, use a little bit of visualization, send your air all the way down there and feel the pelvic floor stretch and expand into that pressure. This is what the pelvis looks like oriented in this position, and I have the ball placed on the inside of this bone. You can start with the ball a little bit on the back side where you're between your sit bone and your tailbone, or you can move the ball up toward the front where you're a little closer to your pubic bone based on what part of that muscle feels like it's a little extra tense in your body. Cycle through 5 to 10 breaths with the ball on the left side in a few different spots, and then repeat the same thing on the right side. Come back for part two where I'm going to show you a more advanced way to use a lacrosse ball for the pelvic floor.